Welcome to the studio here in Paris. We're talking smart cities with Itron. Welcome, Itai.
Welcome, thank you.
What are the major differences between the developments in smart cities between the US and Europe?
It's a great question. Actually, Europe as a region started this digital transformation at the level of cities and local governments way ahead of the United States because of consciousness for environmental causes and the idea that a better quality of life for communities, it makes the city much more attractive.
Yeah.
And so we've seen activities happening already 5-6 years ago in Europe, and now the United States are catching up. We also see at different areas of priority for cities in the US, mostly around how do we modernize transportation and mobility for the communities, also around safety and security.
Okay. So if a smart city, well, a city wants to become smart, what are the first steps they really need to take?
So every city is different, obviously, but what we've seen is that for when a city looks at about how to decarbonize itself, the mayor says by 2030 or 2040 will be carbon neutral, we have to look at what are the big culprits of carbonization in the city. And one of them is the streetlights. They use about half of the energy consumption of the city, and it's very straightforward today. There's a mature technology to reduce that energy and monitor and control those streetlights from a distance in order to further improve the maintenance and operation costs and to provide better service for the communities. So we see that being a very, very a typical first step, converting all the streetlights into LEDs and adding controls and monitoring. We've done this here in Paris and in Copenhagen, London, Glasgow. It's a very popular first step for cities.
Who's going to drive this push for smart cities? Is it going to be big tech operators? Is it going to be regulators? Or is it going to be citizens?
Citizens are getting used to clicking on a button on their cell phones and getting a service or a car coming to pick them up. And they're getting the same levels of expectations with cities now. So we see a rise of demand from the citizens in the communities, and they're talking in the city halls and they're complaining about, we want this type of level of service. And at the same time, we see big tech trying to push in and gain control over what is happening because there is tremendous opportunity for them, especially those where data play is important for them. But it's not as obvious for them to get in because there's a lot of pushback from the communities because of privacy concerns mostly. And we've seen that happening strongly here in Europe. And so regulators, local governments, still with the help of the community, still seem to be having the better hand.
Thanks so much for your insights.
Thank you so much.
Be sure to subscribe to our channels for more industry-related content.